another a very interesting topic that we will be covering. And this is something that, till the time since when the teachers have given me their feedbacks, or they have some queries or anything which they have. And when those questions which they've been asking, are most of the questions are behavioral issues. So let us just go through it. I have tried to put in as much as possible of what content I know, what I could find, what I could read. I've tried to put it in the presentation, and I hope it is useful to you. Okay, so let's just start. So yes, and then you can say I did some. I just wanted some animated, some different stuff today. So I thought, why not just put in and make it a little interesting. So we'll just, this is a small thing that in fact we as teachers also used to discuss. In fact, as a parent also I discussed that I wish I had a remote control, like how we can control the TV. We could do it with the children. But that remote is, of course, in our hand, but that remote is called the right strategies. Preschoolers, we don't have that, okay, chalo, let's press the channel laughing, so all the preschoolers will start laughing. No. If you provide the right strategies, if you want them to do, you know, have a good time, we need to plan out those activities for them to channelize their emotions and behaviors or energy. So this is what the goal is for us as teachers, and this is what we need to remember. There was this a cute quote which I came across, and trust me, it is something we as adults should remember. You cannot teach children to behave better by making them feel worse. I mean, in most of the scenarios, if you see, uh, even from a perspective of a parent, you could see that, okay, I will punish you if you don't behave nicely. Dare you do this? But this is what we are making them feel worse, and we expect them to behave better. And the same thing applies in school. So when the children automatically feel better, they behave better as well. So this was like, I mean, bang on. This is like perfect what uh, we as adults should remember, because most of the time we tend to forget this. Okay, and just a moment, teachers. Give me just a moment, please. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. So here we go. Sorry for the interruption. There was some issue with the network, and if so I had to just, sort it out. Okay. So the thing is that, today we'll be talking about, how do we manage the classroom behavior. I think most of you must have heard it, read it also by now, because I had kept it on the screen. So I won't go much, but how to do it, ways we can do it. Of course, there are many strategies. There are like things that, if you have good activities and which keeps the children occupied, we, there are many things, but what all these things are, see, most of the teachers, you might be already doing this in the classroom, like, exploring what their emotions are, but how to make the child connect to that is what we'll be doing and talking about. Okay, so let's just start. So, what we will be covering today. Now, I have a little surprise in the end of the workshop, in the end of like later on in the slides. So, I want to see that. I mean, I hope your teachers like what I've prepared. So, we'll talk about that. But today, we'll be like, covering the behaviors, what techniques we can apply to manage those behaviors, some classroom tools that we can use it in the classroom, that can help them or guide them towards the positive behavior, designing a group activity, which I will be, of course, doing it, just, showing, we will be discussing about it and how we will be integrating it in other routines in the classroom. I have tried to integrate phonics also with this, so that will work. But apart from that, I have something else for you all as well. So let's just begin with this. That is the icebreaker activity. Now, what would you do? This is a very basic and a simple activity. I'll be displaying some scenarios, okay? Just one sentence scenarios that happen in the class, most of the preschool classrooms. What you will type is the thing that how will you respond. It won't be the ideal response what it should be from the perspective of a teacher. What will you respond? See, here there is nobody right or wrong. Remember, teachers, we are all humans. Okay? So, being teachers, you are all superhumans. But I don't want you all to give me those ideal response that this is how I will behave. No, the first response, the reflexes, what will be your response to those scenarios is what I want to know. Just a simple, like, 4 5 word sentence will do. 2 word sentence, if it's explanatory, please do it, but I want it that way. All right, so the first scenario, I hope I'm clear what I expect from you all. I want your first foremost response to that situation, and not the ideal, not the perfect or the best response that you are expected to do. I want your first response. All right, teachers, just 2 words will do, but it should be self-explanatory. Yeah, I have to know what you're trying to say. The very first scenario, there is a scenario where the children are playing and a child suddenly throws toys across the room during playtime. And not one, but keeps throwing those toys across the room during playtime. So when this starts, what will be your reaction? Like, how will you respond to this in the that very moment, if when you see a child throws? So what will be your response? That is what I want. I want quick responses in the chat box as well, or else you can unmute.
Ma'am, we will
Yeah.
tell the child strictly not to do because it's a bad manner. Yeah.
Okay. So you'll strictly tell the child. That's how you'll respond. Like, you'll just call out the child's name and tell them to stop, right? I guess, right? Yeah.
Yeah, hello.
Uh, Hello.
Yeah,
Yes,
ma'am.
yes, ma'am.
Yeah, we'll first try to make the child understand the behavior pattern, what he is doing is right or wrong. We will first
Hmm.
go to that point it at out. Because what happens, ma'am, like if a boy take
Hmm.
XYZ, if we take his name, no doubt
Hmm.
there are many
Hmm.
children who are doing all these things. If
Hmm.
we pinpoint to that child, what happens that the child gets conscious
Hmm.
and he may sometimes try to do more what he is
Hmm.
already doing, or sometimes he may held back.
Hmm.
First thing
Hmm.
is what we want to try is to make them understand.
Make them
That is what,
understand.
yeah.
Yes, make them understand. But before that, like the moment, like for me, as if right now when I have not been teaching for a quite amount of time, um, if something like this happens, I would like at first thing will be like, why did you do that? Like my voice will go up, like that is the first raw response that will come out from me, and then I will try and divert it into the ideal way. But yeah, so as your teachers are saying, as I earlier also mentioned, there's no right or wrong or anything, but we can, you know, uh, uh, but what can I say? But this is what your perspectives are, and that's what I really want to know, and I'm getting an idea. See, there are some responses that have come in the chat box also, and one thing which I enjoyed, I liked reading was first divert the child and then talk to them. So that is also something that, yeah, but see, this is the presence of mind which I'm looking out for over here. And interesting. Thank you, teachers. We'll move on to the second scenario. And thank you, teachers. Let's see the second scenario. Okay. The second scenario over here is one child cries every time the mom drops them. Like, every time when the mom is dropping the child cries. How will we behave? The first response will be what? Like what will be the first response, not towards the child, but as a teacher, what will be your first response?
I'll hold the child and I'll try
Hmm.
to convince or make him calm down. I'll
Hmm.
make him feel comfortable like his mother.
Okay. So you give that comfort to the child which the child is missing when he gets separated from his mom. Okay. Okay. Nice. Next. Yes, you will try to soothe the child. So first, what the thing is that you teachers are understanding the requirement that the child needs at that time. We can't just start, let the child cry. We'll start our lessons. Come on, we are getting late. We will try and soothe the child, or we'll try to divert the child. So the thing that I was trying to achieve over here, or gauge over here, was that the teachers are able to understand the need of what the child needs at that particular time. And this is what you all are doing. So that's like hats off to you guys, pat your backs. And there is one more scenario. Now, this is something, used to happen to me. So I can relate to it. And I have, I am not going to shy away from saying that, okay, I used to get angry also. Sometimes I used to get frustrated. Every time the child will keep interrupting during the circle time. Like the child used to not, uh, the child used to never let me complete it, like even one sentence, like be it prayers, be it anything, the child would keep disrupting it. And so what would you do in this? I will tell you my thing also, but yeah, I did mention I used to get very frustrated.
I think he needs the attention.
Ah, that's what he needed. The child over here, it was the girl. So she needed that attention, and she used to keep distracting the entire class. So initially, as a human being, I used to initially try to explain, didn't work. Then my first response was like rolling the eyes, like, oh my God, she again started. I had planned so much for the circle time. Again, that happened. Then I used to get angry. Like once I told, see, if you do this, I tried that also. Like, okay, I am going to make you sit in the quiet corner, kind of a thing. Then, of course, I had felt that no, this is not the right approach that I'm taking. So what we did was we gave her the responsibility of giving the name cards to each and every child. So once she gave the name cards, and then she would keep some other small responsibility. Like we used to have a bell for the circle time to start. I used to tell her, give me the bell, and then she would give, and then she was satisfied. Okay, I have done my thing, and now the teacher knows I'm here. And now then she used to let me complete the circle time. But we tried that, and it was a process, a trial and error process for me, because this was something I tried everything under the sun and used to not work out for me. So, and then she was the most attentive child in the class during the circle time. So, yeah, it helped. And yeah, see, there are many nice suggestions coming in the chat box, teachers. Please have a look. And okay, please have a look. And there is some, yeah. There is some line drawn on the thing. Is it possible to erase it? Let me just try. Yeah. Okay. So now teachers, see, were your responses reactive or thoughtful? My response to that girl was reactive. All your responses, which I noticed, observed, were thoughtful. You thought about the scenario and you did it, right? Now, did see you all reach the level 2 of what you of like being thoughtful. So I don't want to ask you all about this, because you've all reached, and we all have, it's loud and clear over here. Did you understand the why the behavior was that? You did try to pacify the behavior, but later on, of course, you will try to understand the behavior. That one of the teachers rightly said, like trying to comfort the child, soothe the child, as it's missing the child is missing his or her mother. So we are comforting, diverting the child. Those are few things that just happens, they become your response. So that is how our reactive should be, not how I used to do of initially trying to soothe, then getting frustrated, then getting like what to do, and agitated. I didn't take it out on the child, but I used to feel that way. Okay, oh god, it was stressful for me, that again the whole thing will start. So this is what I wanted the you all to think: reactive and thoughtful behavior for your reactive and thoughtful response for any kind of a behavior that you see in the classroom. Remember these two things, and you all are rightly do it. You all are quite thoughtful, so kudos to you guys. Okay, so now this activity helps us see, for me, the journey from reactive to thoughtful took time, because I had to then pause, I had to think before responding, and then it worked. Then the behavior management was under control for that child. Yeah, so this is what I wanted to reach. And yes, so let's go. We'll start with the very first criteria, teachers, which is understanding preschool behavior. Okay, when we are talking about preschool behavior, yeah. So let's have a look. Okay, so preschoolers, of course, 2.5. I've just tried to reach, get the thing, and this is what I got the, theoretical concept of what is preschool behavior. So basically, they are learning. It's all about teaching them or making them learn how to express themselves. See, they are like a tabula rasa. There's a thing, it's in which language I forgot. Tabula rasa means it's a blank slate. So these preschool children are like a blank slate. Whatever you write on them gets imbibed, and whatever you teach them gets concreted. Like it is their foundation. So tabula rasa, remember that. So it is not only about the academics that they are doing in the preschool. It is more about the behavior, more about getting into the routine, understanding their emotions, needs, wants, like as and when they grow up, like in the play school, before snacks time, you'll see children will be cranky. They may not know what is going on, that they are hungry. They may not be able to associate that. But our duty here is to, when they reach junior, senior, they are able to express that, Teacher, I am hungry now." They are able to understand what their body needs, what their emotions are, everything. So this is what we want. Now, behaviors such as tantrums, grabbing toys, not sharing, all those things, they are normal. They are normal. Okay, for me as well, despite learning so much, doing so much research and reading so many books, like I did psychology in college, I did ECCED, I did BEd, all these things, what all I did. But when it came to me as a parent to apply it, for me, the tantrums became like, oh my God, I'm doing something wrong. There is something wrong. Why is my child doing this? It is normal. It's a phase. And since you are in preschool, every grade is like a milestone. You'll keep doing, there will be changes in the child. Yeah. So okay. Behavior is a communication. They are trying to communicate. As I told you, for play school, they may start crying, they may become cranky, restless, they may just, not do activity. They may be like, there will be chaos in the classroom before snack time because they all are hungry. But here we'll come to know. But here, hungry, that basic emotion, junior, senior will be able to gauge. But the other things that they'll start expressing, like feeling bad about things, sharing, they'll remember things they associate. So their emotion, the levels are little complex. So this is where it comes. Key development behaviors that to expect in preschool. Now, in preschool, you cannot see, like the children will come, they will always go and put their bags in the corner, they will go and sit in their place. After eating, they will clean up the thing. No, You can see some days it will be chaos, some days the children are not listening, some day one of the child who always listens is sleepy or just is cranky, is not responding, doesn't want to do many things that come in. So these are all developmental behaviors. Of course, we need to try to go to the root cause of that thing if there's an issue, but it is normal. It is normal. These behaviors are not misbehaviors. They are developmental signs. Okay, so they are learning how to feel or show what they feel. Now, these are few of the reasons also that I've put across. See, as a teacher said that, seeking attention, the child which I spoke, the anecdote which I gave you. So the child was seeking that attention, wanted that kind of a sense of a responsibility that, okay, that my teacher needs me, so I am going to behave. That kind of a thing. So she got what she wanted, like in a way, it, uh, it, um, it channelized that energy for her. So children may repeat words loudly, constantly call you, like interrupt. In fact, not only that child, my son last year in class 2, the complaint I used to get from the teachers was he talks a lot. So when I came to know that he talks, so I used to always think, with whom is he talking so much? Like whomever I ask, he's like, no, I'm not talking with my friends. Then I came to know, then I had to go and meet the teacher because I had got repeated remarks. And when I went, and the teacher told me that he talks to the teacher a lot. Like during the class, during the lesson, he will frequently keep disturbing, keep distracting the teacher, keep interrupting the teacher. So that is when I came to know that my child is not talking to other children. He is talking to the teacher it's herself. So what was he doing? He was trying to seek attention. The moment he became, the row monitor, or she gave him some small responsibility of keeping the chalks or something, he was quiet. He needed that attention. We figured it out and it worked. So that's what we want. They want that connection. They want that reassurance that we are needed. And that way. The next is testing boundaries. Oh, the children know this very well. They know how to test the boundaries. So saying no often, refusing instructions, trying to do what's not allowed. This is normal for growing. See, when you say the teenage behaviors, teenagers are going to rebel, it is not that way. How much it or this starts rebelling starts young. It is a very normal process. It is a very normal human tendency that happens. Even for us as adults, if somebody tries to control us or dominate us a lot, like there are so many rules and restrictions, we would also want to go and do that. And as adults, I've realized the word no is said so often, more than any other word in the dictionary that we use with the children. The word no is the most used word. Trust me. So let's remember that as well. Displaying big emotions. Now, sudden crying, shouting, tantrums. See, this might be that the child has some, is there is something that's troubling the child. Now, we as adults also sometimes can't gauge. Today I am having that, I'm in a low mood. I don't feel like doing it. We are also not able to introspect our own emotions. Imagine what a child will be able to do. So, throwing a tantrum, be calm, and let the child do it, and then guide the child to manage these emotions. I have done the mistake of when the child is trying to throwing the tantrum, and I've gone and I've tried to explain things to the child. The child is not going to listen to me at that time. After the child is quiet, divert the child, distract the child, then it will happen. Sudden crying phases. There was this child, I think that was junior KG. There was this child, very settled child in the classroom. Out of the blue, after like in the second term or so, she would start crying. Coming to school, she didn't want to come to school. The most settled child in the classroom. We came up with ideas. The parent came that, ma'am, something happened in school or what. I would ask that, is there some changes happening at home? We didn't know. But out of the blue, the way the crying had started, within 10-15 days, the crying stopped also. And after that, the child was way more settled in the classroom. It was just a phase. The child was just growing through one stage to another, and this is what happens. Impulsivity, running off, grabbing toys, you see, hitting without thinking. So here the child has thought about it, but their impulsive actions are not still in control. Like, see you give, you raise your hand, the child will do, the child will just give, because their impulse, that control is still not there. For us also, sometimes we tend to raise our hands towards the children like, oh, don't do that. But what happens? This is our impulse of reacting, but we are controlling it. We are not going to hit at that time. We are not going to do that. So it takes time. Give support. Guide the child that when you think of grabbing a toy, why don't you think and try and stop and ask the child. You know, guide little bit, like one sentence, simple guidance. Don't go and give thesis on it. It doesn't work. Tried and tested. Okay, teachers recognize these behaviors as a part of growth. Our child is to guide, not punish. Of course, preschool, there is no punishment kind of a thing, but our thing is to guide the child. Let's not label the child, well behaved and misbehaved. Let's not do that. Okay, now what influences this behavior in the preschool, like in this particular age? What influences? Okay, let's just see. Their reactions, basically, their actions are reactions. Even though, like, for example, teachers as adults or as anybody, if you touch a hot cup, that is your action of touching the hot cup, but your reaction is snatching your hand away that very moment. That is your reaction to that thing. So the child's actions in the classroom are basically reaction to the environment, any experiences, physical state that they are in, like they might be sleepy, tired, kind of little unwell, something. It is understanding the root cause that will help us, and how? Through strategies and through empathy. Please, through empathy. Yeah. So uh there are many reactions, like, I remember we used to do storytelling, and one day when I, for the storytelling, for that, that surprise effect, I did like a startling expression, like woof, something. One child got little, got little scared that day. Then the things went fine, everything. Next day, when we sat down for storytelling, the child refused to listen to the story. We didn't understand why, what is happening, why are you doing it this way? And slowly the child would like, no, I don't want to listen. He would not come in the reading corner. He would go and sit in some of the corner and keep playing and not listen from far if possible, because of course I had to continue, because I wanted to see what was he doing. Will he come back? No. That took a week or 10 days. Within that, of course, we understood that, okay, it might be that day because we did that starling thing, and, the child got little scared. We assumed it that way. We were hoping that was the problem, because within 8 to 9 days, after 9 days, he's coming, he gradually came, he again sat with us. So whatever the thing was, it went away, and he was assured that, okay, the teachers, and I had understood that I have to, like, sober down my excitement in narrating a story. Yeah, hunger, fatigue, and overstimulation. Hunger, as I mentioned earlier, fatigue, if we've done a lot of outdoor play, we've done a lot of physical, gross motor skills and everything, the child will get tired. So expect them to be little, restless, not paying attention. Expect that. And too much of loud music, bright lights, it affects us. Imagine, these are the young minds, how much it will be affecting them. This overstimulation is something that is, is answering the elephant in the room, because this is something that is always ignored, not even considered, but it is there. Like too much of things overwhelm them. So these are few of one of the reason. Changes at home. Try to understand. Try, see, there might be a new baby coming in, somebody's unwell, they might be shifting, and a parent traveling. I have experienced this firsthand. This insecurity, this regression, or whatever because right after lockdown, my husband had to travel for around 11 months or so. I was here alone with my twins, and the one of them got so affected. They were young, they couldn't express it. He got so affected, he got so insecure that, okay, my one parent is not here. What if this parent also goes? What am I going to do? He didn't share. If I'm going to the washroom, he would wait outside the door and cry. If I'm taking him somewhere, wherever he would go, he wanted me right in front of his eyes. If I've moved little bit, tantrum, he would cry. And this initially we didn't realize. We thought, okay, phase hai, ye hai, wo hai. But we could then gauge, like since the time his father was traveling, this is the thing he experienced. That insecurity level was to the children do sense it, and it happens. It affects. It affected the child. That time we had online school, so the child was not paying attention, and I was there in the online school, so he could somehow do it. But other things were a lot of chaos. Lack of structure or clear expectation. See, why do we keep insisting that rules are mandatory, routines are mandatory? Because if that is not consistent, children will be confused. And children don't like that surprise effect or that shock effect. They don't like it at all. Trust me. They like a routine, a structured environment, which way they will do, and they will thrive in it. But if you suddenly pop in some other activity, if you suddenly pop in something else, they will not like it. Don't don't expect the reaction that you are expecting from them if it is just like thrown over them. Yeah. So they thrive in environments which are predictable. See, predictable patterns and boundaries. They need that. Sensory needs or developmental delays. See, some children are hypersensitive. Some they some like touching everything, exploring everything. Some don't. Some may have speech delays, social delays. See, I saw, like, I have heard so many parents talking about that. Okay, my child is a COVID baby, and I know, she doesn't like, when men are around. Like, I have somebody in my residential area only, in the residential colony, and that child, when we used to take the children to the terrace, that child used to, if she would see any adult man, she would scream, because she had not seen any other man except her father in her initial 2 years of COVID. So she couldn't accept it. Now gradually she has understood, and now she's, now that process was there, but this was there, like, socially the child would not interact with anybody. So this do happens, and it leads to frustration. The child would cry, cling to the mother, not leave the mother if you're sending the child to school. So many incidents, so many things happen. So try to understand that as well. Teachers, observe the patterns. First, remember, does the child cry and at any specific time? So then you can correlate, okay, this had happened in reason, like that. For example, the example I gave you of that child who didn't come for the storytelling. So then we started realizing that he was not participating only in the storytelling thing. The rest of the other things he was doing very nicely. So something happened with the storytelling idea. So then we can observe it, only for stories he's doing this way. So it must be something like that. Ask the children also sometimes, okay, what is the behavior? Like, ask them in their own simple words, what are you trying to tell me? Do you need anything? But stay calm. I know, stay calm and be consistent. Your response teaches them emotional control. See, this age, preschool age, is the best age because they worship their teachers. Okay. So, because after their mother, you are the other person to whom they will connect with. So the way you are handling that response is how they are learning their emotional control. Yeah. Another, always observe before reacting. A calm, structured, and a responsive environment, if it's structured, if it is calm, like if when a child is crying and you're calm, you can soothe the child calmly. You go on with the structured thing that, okay, after this happens, after this happens, after this particular time will come, like concept time, then fine motor time, then outdoor play, then snack time, this time, after snack time, wash your hands, keep the plates, everything. If it is structured, it is easy, because the children will keep doing that because they are comfortable in that routine, and the behavioral issues won't be there. Now we have some techniques, some behavioral management techniques. Okay. ठीक है. It is not about punishing misbehavior. I've already told you. It is about strategies that you can apply to manage behavioral issues. Positive reinforcement. first and foremost, reward system, वो बच्चा को तुम अगर इधर star दे दो, that child will, like show off that star to any person who's looking, because the child has got a star for something. I completed my worksheet today and I got a star, and the child, that positive reinforcement, because you gave the reward there and there. So it is a very big reward for them, as big as a medal, getting a medal. So this is there, like when you, and always, you know what, when you are like, telling the child, very good, you were very nice today, pinpoint to those tiny behaviors that you've observed. The child has made efforts to, has put in, like effort to, behave that way. Appreciate that. Pinpoint that thing, that I really liked how you were sitting quietly and your hands were in your lap. I'm proud of you. Like, I am giving you a sticker. I am making a star for you because you were listening to me during circle time. Then other kids also, if the child is a little shy, taking time to open up, use the other children also. Okay, come on, that child was today, she came in the classroom, she kept her bag in her place and the water bottle over there, and then she went and sat in the place. We are so proud of her. Everybody clap hands for her. So that appreciation that the child gets, they crave attention. So if you give them, if you motivate them, their good behavior, it will impact, like, okay, they know that positive behavior brings that positive appreciation, so they will keep doing that. So that's what we want them to do, right? Understanding between, see, these are few things that I found. The chart thing, something basic, as the teacher you can, you can sort it out, and you can do, they get stickers, or you can make markers, or those whiteboards that are there, not whiteboards, then just use those plastic sheets that you can rub and use it, again. So write their names and do it, and let them see, that, oh, I got a sticker for this. Oh, yes, I got, and I've got so many. It's a fun thing. Clear rules. Keep the rules loud, clear, and simple. Crisp rules hone chahiye. When you're talking, there has to be one rule, that during concept time, when like any time, raise your hand, I will call out your name, and then tell me what you want to say. If you don't set those rules straight, there will be a lot of chaos, or it will go a little haywire, the classroom scenario. Look at the teacher. There are children, nowadays, of course, because of, I read an article also, that because of screen time, too much of screen time, avoiding that, human contact too much, because they come home and they are on the screen or something. They don't maintain eye contact. Look at the teacher and talk. We can try to inculcate that. Quiet voice, don't shout, don't yell, don't say no, no, no. Make it a positive statement. Okay? Finger on, like there is this some lady on social media. She has lovely songs, for every behavior, like waterfall, something, something, something. Very nice two-liners she has. It all, like, they are classroom rules, but in a very nice way. Reinforce rules like daily routines, like, see, these are like simple, loud, clear rules. And when I was teaching, this was when we were supposed to decorate our classrooms. This was like on top of the list. Classroom rules should be displayed clearly, and within the uh, level of the children's, where the children's viewpoint. So we had to, like, this was a mandatory thing. Redirection. Now, one of the teachers said, I did read in the chat box that, I'll try to talk to the child about it, but, first, something I did read. I'm not able to recollect the exact words, but basically it is like, if that inappropriate behavior is happening, for example, the child throws blocks away, blocks. Say, blocks of a building, let's stack them high. So you're redirecting that behavior, redirecting it. Got it? So if, children also, for balls, for throwing the balls, they would keep throwing balls randomly. We can say, yes, balls are for throwing, but why not we aim them? Put a bucket, put a basket, anything. Let's aim the ball in the basket. You are redirecting that behavior. If the child is shouting, let's use a soft voice like a little mouse or anything that you've introduced in the classroom. Redirection means, see, you are not snapping at the child. You're not like, telling the child, don't do it. No, that causes shame or confrontation. The child may rebel. It preserves the dignity and while correcting behavior. So they don't realize that you're correcting their behavior, but it just happens. Schedules and timers. Children feel safer and more in control when they know what's coming next. I did talk about it, so I'm not going to get into it. But you use pictures, like a calendar or a daily routine kind of a thing, a chart wherein they know what is going to come next. Like school, maybe they give us timetable. The children know that, okay, this is going to come today. I have this, today I have that. After the math, this I have this particular subject. So they know and they are prepared for it. That's what we want. Fewer tantrums during transition when asked to stop a favorite activity. See, they know, okay, ye khatam hua. Now, if the bell will ring, you can keep a bell in the classroom. You can keep something like, kind of an alarm thing kind of in the classroom. So when that happens, they know it's time to switch. And so you won't have any tantrums of children. I still want to play. I don't want to do something. Nothing will happen. They will get into the routine. And when there's routine, they will not do. See this. So you can keep putting the peg lower and like, arrival is done. Now it's morning time. Then it's circle time, centers or concept time. This is what I found. Outdoor play, snack time, story time, this way, revision time. So if that keeps going down, the children know now this is the time it is. And you'll realize it. They will also observe it. And if it is not, the peg is not there, they will only go and put it in its place. So they also know once they are in that routine, you don't have to worry. Calm down corners. Calm down corners. I have earlier during our storytelling workshops also I have spoken about reading corners. Calm down corners. You don't need a specified corner. Of course, if there is space constraint, you don't have to come up with it, but just keep a small soft cushion or a toy and introduce the toy in the classroom. This is your calming down toy. And whenever you get, you are not feeling good, you are angry, you are, like you are upset about something, you can hold the toy will calm you down. So they can associate with it. Here we can see, you can include cushions, sensory bottles if at all you have space, and it's a nice thing. You can keep some books and it can come work as a reading corner also. But calm down corner, you can name it. So if you're feeling upset, would you like some time in the calm down corner? If the child is behaving, you can also say, why don't you, I think you are a little upset, why don't you hold the toy and sit for some time? And the child will, and they will calm down because they are understanding it that way. See, like this, very cute. And this also I found very nice. To calm down, you can give them options of what you want to do. Or if one child is aggressive today, give all the children 2 minutes, come on, let us all stretch. Let us all do something nice. Let us just do some scribbling, something, whatever. And let us all do, let the child get involved and the child will forget about it. So redirection bhi ho gaya, calming down bhi ho gaya. Behavior chart. This is like for, of course, older, that is junior, senior ke liye. Behavior chart works wonders. Let me show you. I am not going to talk much about it. It all says it in this. So, today I didn't give up. Today I did this. What all criteria you have to put it up. And then it will be answered. Teach problem solving language. Now, can you say like, I don't like it when you take my toy. So then let's find a way to take turns. So this is when, so we are like, okay, you take it for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, it's my turn to play. So we are learning that problem solving abilities are getting developed over here, which are, of course, you all know, crucial. So it helps the children and they are not getting aggressive over it. Like then children will fight and break the toy, whatever. Now, moving ahead, we have a creative activity. This is a basic creative behavior chart which we can make over here. I did put down some things like, the objective is to make you understand. You've already seen the pictures, but something that you can make it. I had some materials that if you want to resource out, You can source out these A4 paper or any blank sheet, some sketch pens and stickers if available. If you all want to do that, I'm giving you 1 minute. You can just source it out and give it and keep it, or else you can remember, jot down the things that what steps to remember, what all criteria you want in your behavior chart, and then you can decorate it your way or make it as per the time. I'll just take a water break for a second. Just go through it. If you have, I'm giving you 1 minute. Okay. So if you have sourced it out, let's follow the instructions. Otherwise, just listen, jot it down, and then you can do it as per your time. So the instructions are basically, teachers fold your papers into sections to create. For example, I have this particular paper over here. Okay. Fold your paper into sections to create areas of different behavior zones. So like one, I want when we are out, when they come in, put your bags and water bottle in one place. Second is in circle time. Second, we can do paying attention or following instructions today. Third, we can write is finished our snacks, completed our snacks, tasted a new food item or anything. Fourth, we can write is anything when they are in the outdoor play, they are not pushing or no fighting, not negative words, but yes, your way. So choose your style of your behavior chart, what all things you want. So for example, now there are few different ideas. Of course, you have star chart, which is like the universal chart which works. But if you want to, like, to change it or be a little creative, I liked this idea of one of the colleagues had made a traffic light system. So when you get a green dot or a green sticker or a green star, it's a good behavior that you do. Now if you did, the teacher observe that the child is, has started throwing toys again, so the teacher is giving a yellow star to remember, that yellow dot for warning. And when they get a red, so you need to improve. Let's improve, let's work on improving it. Not bad behavior, needs improvement. So you can try that traffic light thing. Then the next will be choose the style. Again, of course, I have more. I just thought of putting emojis. So give them 3 emojis and they should understand which emoji stands for what. Magic wand or rocket chart. So characters move up towards the goal when the child shows expected behavior. So you can keep the star or some goal on the top and let the child, like change their pictures, like they are climbing up the steps. You can do that also. So there are many, you can use your own creativity. These are just few different ideas which I thought I'll share. You can use this also, you can do your own thing, but it should be beneficial for the children at the end of the day. Now the behaviors that you want to track. Okay, so the teachers, you can label at least 5 or 3 positive behaviors. So I mentioned, listening quietly, raising child before speaking, cleaning up toys once done playing, walking in the line quietly, sitting calmly during circle time. All these things you can put, and you can, like I've just folded it. So these are my things. So I will write the names over here, write the behaviors over here, and I will make those lines for, like, if I have 11 children in the class or how. So you can do it that way. That also, like, really helps. Do any 3 or 5, 3, 5, not too many. Once they are done, you can replace that behavior once it's imbibed in them. Now, for non-readers, most of our preschoolers are non-readers. They'll read in senior jacket. They'll be reading simple words. So put pictures. Always put pictures. Self-explanatory pictures. They see it and they understand. Add emojis to it, like, ear for listening, broom for cleaning, toys in the toy basket. I show them an image. So all these things work. When they see it, they understand it. Of course, but do put text as well, because then they can correlate with it, because they are receiving all these things. The retention is happening. You'll see that all coming out when they grow up. So that Now, what is the purpose? First, of course, it builds consistency. Children thrive in predictability. These, some of them are, as you all know, are repetitive. I put it where in all the places where it's required. So I won't be going in detail. I need to complete, and there are lots many things left. So first is building consistency, encouraging visual learning. They are seeing and they are learning, so it helps them. Oh, sorry, yeah, encourages self-regulation. So the children are able to reflect their own behavior. They are able to regulate their own behavior. Oh, if I will go and snatch that toy, my teacher will not give me a star, or I will not get a happy emoji. I don't want to snatch. I will go and ask. They are regulating their behavior. Supports monitoring. The teacher can also track behavioral patterns. The teacher can also observe, okay, this child is making efforts. This child is struggling. I need to know, can understand the child, observe more, anything, change the little bit ways, enables communication. The teachers can show parents also how the child behaved that day and then reinforce the same at home. The effective use tips for that is review the chart at the start of the day, at the end of the day. Celebrate the progress with small praises, give stickers, a classroom cheer, anything. Don't use charts as punishments. They are not as punishment tools, okay? They are for positive and they are growth oriented. We are not going to punish the child, okay? So this is just a small quote which I came across. Behavior is the language of children. Let them help speak success. Let them behave. That is positive behavior. Now, how to integrate it in the classroom? Classroom integration means, turning behavior guidance into daily practice. If you want to guide the child, एक बार हम ऐसे ज्ञान देके नहीं होने वाला है behavioral change. You need to put it into the routine. So routine practice will be begun each day with a quick reminder for classroom rules. Slowly, you can tell the children that, okay, come on, after it's been like 1, 2 months where you've been saying the classroom rooms daily, classroom rules, let the child, tell, okay, today it's your responsibility. You have to tell us all the classroom rules. So the children are also excited. They are also getting that attention, what they need, and, pick out the shy ones as well. So they overcome that shyness. Circle time. Today, let's work with kind hands or something. Simple classroom integration, use real situations like learning moments. When the child shares, pause and say, see, did everyone see how did she share the toy or the crayon with her friends? That's so kind. And you are publicly announcing that good behavior. So imagine the impact on the children. Storytelling, role play, use puppets, in the puppet stories that we do, any dramatic, sorry, narration that we do, there is always a good character or a bad character, a gray shades of character. So inculcate those behaviors through those stories also. Visual supports all around. So, like, when there are supports everywhere, when they are going to the washroom, wash your hands, turn off the tap, then turn off the light near the switchboard when not in use. Then, simple cues, you'll put it, it is fun. It really helps. Simple classroom integration like music में किया, like come up with transition songs, fun rhymes. I don't know, I wish I should have actually kept that female's handle, social media handle, and I would have shared it. She comes up with these amazing transition songs. Why it matters? Classroom integration, of course, see, behavior issues, it prevents behavior issues before they start. Positive structured classroom culture ban jata hai. So it's very a smooth process for the children when they are growing up. Makes expectations clear. Now we have grade wise phonics integration. It is not too much, but let me just show you. Teachers, I will be taking more 5 to 7 minutes. I hope you don't mind. I want to share this and the other thing which I've planned. I just want to quickly do it. Okay. So for playgroup, when S is for sit, S is for sit. So singer, come up with your own rhyme, come up with your any random thing. When I was in preschool, when I was a preschool teacher, we got so much into that habit of singing rhymes and all. We would come up with rhymes, anything. Like even if it's like, putting your books away or telling the child something, we would sing. Like, I would come up with a rhyme, something would happen. Now I've lost that thing. Otherwise, I'm racking my brains that, okay, S for sit karke kuch or I can like show you what I'm trying to mean here, but it is not, no longer that the thing is left in me, I guess. So then we have nursery. So for nursery, stop, look, listen. So these are basic things that you can use for, transition with S and L sounds or anything like that, the sounds, CVC. So now in junior KG, when they are learning the consonant, vowel, consonant words, so g, hug, so tap, so sit. So you are teaching them these words, behavioral words through phonics. And here we can use a few of the sight words and also the four-letter words or more like we help, we clean, we use those words, use it in your communication, use it, keep it like a code for them. Now, this is something I've come across games which you can use, just a basic quick thing. For playgroup, you can do, see, as I have said earlier also, you can play these games with other age groups also, but you just have to change the complexity of it. If we need, if it is possible, just have a look. Game is emotion ball. Roll a softball and name a feeling. So when, happy, cry, they will not do. If they are not talking, playgroup, it's still young sometimes. So just action, crying action, happy action. They may not do many things, but they are expressing themselves. For nursery, freeze and feel. Freeze, dance, khilao, and then express an emotion. Show. So like when they are dancing, the moment the music stops, freeze, and now express an emotion. Show, freeze with an emotion. So they are understanding. For junior KG, match kind and not kind sorting cards. So they are, like a child is pushing another child is a not kind card. Child and children are playing together is a kind card. So that way they are understanding it. Role play corners. Role play, see in juniors, it works in junior as well. You can definitely make them do it. It really helps and works. You need to allot that kind of a time, like 15-20 minutes where you give the props to the children and let them enjoy that role play, free play. Don't keep it structured in that curriculum of yours. You can just remove some minutes in a month or in 2 weeks, 15 minutes, good amount of time for them to enjoy it. 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes as per the requirement, but keep that. So it really, you'll get to see how much the interaction is happening, how much they are learning. Okay, this was the thing I wanted to share with you all. I have, I remember quite a few teachers discussing some issues that they faced in the classroom with regards to, the child is not settled, what is going, I mean, the child is, there is different issues and how to make the parents understand. So what I have done is I have tried to jot down some basic issues and I've tried to give across the advice you can give to your parents. Okay, so just to make it little easier, little like it can be your bank of associating things and for you also to understand um the child and how to explain to the parents also, because I know it's not easy. So now consistent, now tell the parents. I have given some examples as well. So like tell the parents, consistent routines establish karo. If you see the child is restless, if the child is, sleeping in the classroom because the child slept late or whatever, the child is, tired, tell the parent, fixed timetable rakho, wake up time, meal time, play time, bedtime schedule should be fixed. You know, you can give them, tell them about this, that use visual schedules like pictures rakho, show that to the child and let the child do it. Have a structured day, because you don't want those tantrums also. If the child keeps throwing and the parent comes to you like every time, the child will throw the tantrum if there is something, he sleeps at any time in the day because there's no structured routine rakho. Then you can give them, if you see, instead of saying that you'll see a child, behave properly, the child doesn't behave only in the house, he keeps shouting and this and that. So try to guide the parent in a way that, okay, tell the child to say the what term you are using, quiet voice, soft voice. So tell the child, parent, okay, use your quiet voice inside the house, please. So then this is how they'll be setting this. These are the expectations the child knows and the child will work on that way. Keep it simple and keep it consistent. Okay. So offer reminders before. See, this trust me helps. reminders before shifting to another activity. Now, when I used to take my children, this I had learned in preschool. This I was taught in one of the workshops which we used to attend in the school. And I tried it in the classroom also, and I've tried it on my children also. So what the thing is, for example, if the child, if the children are doing outdoor play, and now after that they have to go in. You can't just suddenly say, okay, done, stop playing, let's go in the classroom. No. 5 minutes, 2 minutes before that, in 2 minutes, we are going to go in the classroom, enjoy your time. In 5 minutes, you are going to finish the outdoor play. At the count of five, please come and make a line. So then after 5 minutes, the moment you'll start saying 1, 2, 3, you'll see tuck, 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 the children are, in a beeline. So this is what we want. So the transition should be clear. So tell the parents also that the parents are, of course, we teachers, parents, we all are time bound. Okay, after this, we have to complete this. Come on, this activity is left. Give them the time for transition. Let them get prepared for it. Positive reinforcement, if you notice it, so much of reinforcement that the child needs from home front is not many a times it's not reached the level of which the child requires, because it is just have a star chart in the at home for doing these things, brushing the teeth before going to sleep. Have a star chart for those things also at home. Also it is needed. Offer limited choices. Give children a sense of control, but by giving them options. I mean, this now it works. This again, the same thing, same example I was taught. So I'm putting it across. Do you want to wear the red shirt today or the blue shirt today? So you have two options. Within those two options, let the child decide. Let the child will feel, oh, I want to wear red today. Okay, wear. So the child feels, whoa, I am in control. I've worn what I want to wear. So what is happening? The child, it's boosting their confidence. They enjoy the decision making process also, and there's no power struggle. No, you wear this. No, I want to wear that. There's no power struggle, and it works for everything. I tell my children also, are you going to wear your Crocs today, or are you going to wear your sandals today? So we want either of those things to wear. They are going to say either Crocs or thing, whatever they are happy, I am happy. There's no chuck chuck. Yeah. So this works in the classrooms as well. But you can tell it to the parents this way. Stay calm, consistent during the meltdown. I have noticed and I have experienced it firsthand. The moment the child has a meltdown or a tantrum, the parent also has a meltdown. वो भी meltdown में, child भी meltdown में, सब chaos. See, try to talk the child down. First, give the child a hug, or child, just calm down, divert the child, distract the child, and then tell if you are upset. Let's take a deep breath together and talk. Use a calm down, like put the toy next to the child, just sit next to the child, let the child throw the tantrum, just tap the child. So just telling the child that, okay, I'm there without saying a word. Be there for the child. The child will automatically come to you. And once they get a hug, they feel that sense of affection, that love, that connection, and they calm down. Then I have model desired behavior. Ye cheese teachers, you have to put it into the parents. You tell them, keep telling the children, no screen time, no screen time. What the parents, as parents, what do? The moment they get free, the first thing that they take is the phone. Okay, so now, and you show that behavior, like not only about the phone thing, but when the parent is about to get angry and the child is getting angry, you want to teach some technique to the child. And you see that, the transition in the child in the classroom, the child gets aggressive, everything gets frustrated. The parents, you can guide the parent, that, okay, say that, okay, I feel frustrated now, let me count till 5 and I'll act wisely. Kind of anything. So like, let me count till 5 before I talk, like as it said. So they learn that, they imitate what the adults are doing. And the moment they see like the mother also snaps in 1 second or the father is snapping, the child is learning that only. There's nothing wrong in the child in that. Use natural consequences. See, if the child refuses to wear shoes outside, they will feel this discomfort. So what you do, have a gentle conversation. In fact, what I had done once was that my child didn't want to wear sandals or shoes. His teacher said every day it was like, going to school, I don't want to wear it, I don't want to wear it. His teacher said, okay, get him to school without shoes one day. I carried him to school and I left him there. And I gave the bag quietly to the teacher for his shoes or sandals. But then the child went in the classroom without his shoes, without his sandals. Then he realized that, oh, this is why I need my shoes or sandals. I can't do outdoor play. I can't do this. And then went and asked the teacher that I want my sandals or shoes. And the teacher gave it to the child. And us din ke baad kabhi nahi bola. So that's what we want. Teach emotional vocabulary. They need to express themselves. Like, I feel happy, I feel sad, I want to just share something, I did not like it, I am surprised. Just simple things, simple emotions they need to know. Okay? And not too many no's. See what happens, one of my friend had told me this. She's a counselor with a very big company. She had once told me that the more you say no, the child's system will ignore the word no from his listening skills. Like when you are saying, don't do this, please, no, they will not hear no because they are so immune to that word, they will not do it. So rather than the don't run, let's use walking feet inside the house. Try that. Oh, tell this to the parents. Okay, teachers, this is all for you to tell these things to the parents. A box with soft toys, koi calm box bana do ghar pe, ki the child is agitated, put it in front of the child, let the child relax. Slowly, the child will only understand, okay, I am this, and the child will only take the calm box and sit. But you have to be consistent for it. And we've completed our workshop. I have some questions over here. It would be great if the teachers answer those questions. I know we are running out of time, but I wanted this bank for you all of to guide the parents also, because it's teachers who can guide the parents as well. So the first question, quickly, if you don't want to answer, it's okay. If you answer, great. So quickly, what behavior do you struggle with most in the classroom? I have tried to cover most of it, teachers, but
Ma'am, there is one concern
yeah, yeah.
regarding stubborn children. The points which you have put towards us, we
Hmm,
got it. But there are few still stubborn children who, in
hmm,
spite of doing all these things, they,
hmm,
they do not bear up to listen to us or do what we are telling to do. They want to
hmm,
do themselves what they want to do, irrespective of whatever we try to do for them. All the
hmm,
strategies we try to do, calming down or whatever
hmm,
reasons. But then
hmm,
also there are few stubborn who do not listen at all.
hmm. Have
So
you had a discussion with the parent as well about this? How is the child's behavior at home?
yeah, surely we had have regarding
Hmm,
this, we had spoken with the parents
hmm,
regarding all this. But
hmm,
then instead of that also, no doubt for few, like you can just say for few minutes or few seconds, they're fine. Again, they're
hmm,
back to their behavior.
hmm. They behave like this at home as well?
That they have not enclosed to us still about that regarding. But in
Hmm.
school, find that.
Because if this kind of a behavior, are they imitating it from somebody else at home? If there's somebody who is destructive like this, you need to know the home thing also, because why am I saying this? After doing so many applying so many techniques and stuff, strategies, if it is not working out, so there is something that the child keeps. Even if the child is even if through your strategies the child forgets that behavior, the child is seeing that behavior or learning that behavior from somewhere. So, or any screen time, any videos with the child is showing whether ask the parents also, like, are they like any videos which there's the child throwing tantrums or anything which the child is learning, ask that also. And also you've tried giving responsibility to these children.
Yeah, we have tried. Uh, I told you, no, ma'am, like
Hmm,
we try to come up with many new ideas and
hmm,
techniques
hmm, hmm,
the child, how to do with it. But in
hmm,
spite of that, what happens? Yeah, I don't know for few minutes
hmm,
or few seconds. I can say only say few seconds, not
hmm,
minutes.
hmm,
They up to it. Yeah, they are good behavior. They listen to us. Again, back to the same thing. It happens.
hmm,
This try their behavior pattern changes again to the same thing.
hmm,
So like yeah, no doubt we have spoken to the parents. We
hmm,
have Everything we try
Hmm.
to do level best to
Hmm.
see where the issue is arising from.
How long is this going on for the child? Like, has it been like this since day one?
Not day one, you can say. It is from few weeks, we can say.
Okay, so then you know what? Observe it for a few more weeks. It could be a developmental growth spurt that these children go, that our young children go through. At that time, they also that impulsive control
Yeah.
weakens little bit. So see for one more week or so, and then then again try out these strategies. It should work, as per my experience, because during these growth spurts, they tend to like just break themselves from these shackles because their body is undergoing change. So they also don't know at that time. Try it and then again apply these strategies, any of those strategies that you think, but be like, for a week, keep doing that strategy with the child, then you'll see the effect. And but if the child is stubborn right now, if the child is there, uh, while doing a lesson, call out the child's name midway before you know that, okay, now the child is going to get up and go. While doing a lesson, when you're explaining something that this is the color blue, and say the child's name, okay, if it's Ishan. So, Ishan, which color am I talking about? I'm talking about color blue. Don't ask him. Keep going with your lesson, but keep
Okay.
keep calling the child
Including
out,
him, yeah.
keep getting his attention without the
Okay,
child
fine.
getting making the child conscious. The child keeps in the loop, wo wahi pe rahega. And there are chances it could be a growth spurt also, because it's not since day one. But and also ask about the behavior, if they are seeing any videos or any behavior like that, if there is at home, or their
Fine, ma'am. Thank
friends,
you.
anybody. Yeah, yeah.
Fine, fine. We'll get
Welcome.
back. Yeah, yeah. Thank you, ma'am, for
Yeah,
your.
sure, get back to me when we have the next workshop.
Sorry,
Please
sorry.
do let me know.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you,
Yeah,
thank you.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, there was something in the chat box. Let me just quickly go through. Okay, crying, scribbling in books. Last week classroom mula. Oh, okay. So we've got a feedback for the morale activity. It worked wonders, and okay, I'm glad to know that. Very happy to know that. Okay, thank you. Next question I have is one new tool which you'll try in your classroom. I have given you some strategies, some which you've already done, some new strategies, something. What will you try in the school? Anything new tool which you'll try in the school, in your classroom? Just quickly. Now, last question. I won't go ahead with this. I won't go uh, ahead, but anything new strategy that you'll apply in the classroom which you've learned, or we've just heard today? If there is at all, please do let me know. And chat box is open. Give your constructive feedbacks. Oh yes, emoji charts. Yes, yes. Emoji charts. Okay. uh, See, one of the teacher did say that, if you don't give attention to children, like whoever you are not giving the attention, the others make noise. So you know what? 1 minute, let me just try. Sometimes you cannot give attention to person. So you know what you can do is have this assigned roles, like the bottle monitor, water bottle monitor, or helpers kind of a thing. Every day, tell them, okay, roll number wise, or today these three children are going to be, then the next three children are going to be like this tomorrow. Beforehand inform them, like for example, today roll number 1, 2, 3 are going to be so and so, are going to be responsible for this activity. They have to get the crayons, they have to get this, and they have to help. They are going to give them roles to hand manage the classroom. And while telling those three children, tell the other three children, roll number 4, 5, 6, tomorrow is your duty. And if I see you misbehaving, I will have to change I will have to switch the duty with somebody else. So you are preparing those children. 4, 5, 6, on the day of 4, 5, 6, give the other three children duty that tomorrow you are going to be going to give be assigned with this role. So do that. Okay, it should help. Okay. Yeah, okay. So colors, shapes, charts, behavior chart. Okay, great. So if you try it in the next class, in the next workshop that we'll be having, I think after few weeks now, I want your feedbacks, how I got a feedback for the morale. So which thing that you applied in the classroom and did it work or not? So I also get a request. I also get an feedback on that. Okay, can we have a meet on how to conduct effective circle time? Okay, okay. So let me work on that. I will figure something out, or I will try to merge it with some other workshop which has a smaller content if I can. But I will try to put that into the things. I'll keep that in mind. Yeah, conduct effective circle time. Okay, circle time strategies or something. I'll definitely work on that. Okay, so I'll do that, teachers. Yes. So feedbacks, please, and thank you so much. Thank you. And yeah, if you are done, I think any other thing, we'll keep the window open for more 2-3 minutes because anyways, it's we did have a little bit lengthy one, but I didn't want to miss out on those things. So please do let me know. Anything else, uh, just put it across. Any doubts, we'll keep the window open for more 2-3 minutes. Otherwise, you can leave the chat room. Thank you, teachers. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Sorry, 2 more minutes. I'm there. I'm just turning off the video. Any other suggestion, any other question, any other feedback, any other suggestion, let me know. Put it in the chat box if you want to. Otherwise, you can leave the meeting and we'll be seeing soon. We'll be seeing you all soon in the next workshop, and which is, I think, on fine motor skills or something. Yeah. So I'll try to put the circle time thing in that also. I'll try to put in a few slides of that. So otherwise, yeah, 1 more minute and we can leave the meeting, teachers. Okay, have a good day, teachers. We'll see you soon. Goodbye. Take care.